that we are live right now from the Global Quarantine Conversation Club. And we have almost 100 students and teachers from at least 25 or 20 countries here to share today. And what are we going to share on this topic? So maybe I will just quickly tell you who's going to be here. And then afterwards, Teacher Norma will tell us about the topic. And then we'll throw you into wonderful breakout rooms with great teachers. So the teachers who are joining us today, Thierry is here, Norma, I saw Zinzin and Brian and John from the Philippines, John Vassell. So we also have myself. I feel like I'm the only representative from the US. We have Paulina, I saw Gulshara from Kazakhstan, Julia from Belarus, Gayane from Hayastan, Armenia, Nadezhda from Russia. These are all the wonderful teachers who you will meet in a moment, possibly. I saw Magdi and I saw Hala from Egypt, Baman from Nepal, Shrestha from India, and I saw Taruna from India. So you'll be with one of these teachers in a room having a short discussion. I saw Stella and possibly doing this in here, but yes, and and going and oops, Johnny, Hilda, Nirmala Devi, Ming Yao or Winnie, the wonderful Gladys from Brunei. Yeah, and we have Juliana from Panama, Amilcar from Panama. These are all teachers. Caroline as well. Julenis, I don't know if I saw her. There's also Mariana. Mariana, I have to get your photo. I'll get it up there, I promise. And the teachers from Brazil. And Neil, I saw. Okay. Just to give a quick reminder, in our group, we have different projects that we do. One of the wonderful teachers named Gary from Mongolia, he created a project called the Quarantine Song Project. And we would love everyone to join us in singing a Maroon 5 song without audio so that we will throw the audio on top of it. So far, we have some from different countries, and we want to get your country in there. So I'll share that with you. We hope to see your song because we're going to be making a mix of all of it for the Quarantine Conversation Club. So that's over there. Good evening, Teacher Mahmoud. Happy you're with us as well. Norma, what are we going to talk about today?
Good evening, Armin. Good evening, fellow educators and students with us tonight. So Armin, tonight we'll be sharing a time we were resilient. So our keyword for the day is resilient, an adjective, and resilience, a noun. So our key phrase is one time I was resilient was when. And we have these questions. The first one is, what particular experience or experiences in your life have you had that you were able to cope with pressure, frustration, and ultimately failure? And the second one would be, how did you cope with it? The third is, do you think this has changed you as a person? And the last one is, what have you learning about yourself and the others? So for tonight, let's have fun conversing with our students and with fellow educators. Thank you, Armin, and fellow educators. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Norma, and the whole team. So now I'm going to open up breakout rooms, and we're all going to hope that it works perfectly well. And then right, fingers crossed. And then in about 25 minutes, we'll come back together. And each teacher group will just choose one student to shortly respond and share with the whole group. So I'm going to open them up. Most people are assigned in rooms. And if you're not, I'll make sure I'll get you into a room. Let me see here. And have a wonderful conversation, everyone, okay? So you should see it pop up on your screen now. And those who haven't been assigned, I will assign now because you came a little late. And we'll be fine, okay? So we'll see you in about 25 minutes, everyone. Have a great conversation on the topic of being resilient, meaning you are strong. You can deal with different challenges. How do you deal with them? What do you do? There's 9 people I'm still assigning, so give me a moment. We'll get you in there Everyone else, keep pressing join. You got this. You're doing wonderful. You're intelligent. You're amazing. You're incredible. You're wonderful. Okay. Please press join. If you don't see it, it should pop up. I'm assigning you as we speak. See Hala there. Very good. Hala, I'll move you right now. Hala into your room. Taruna into your room. Okay. So it looks like some of us haven't made it into the room, and that's not a problem. I'll just encourage us, if we're not able to get in there, we'll have a conversation in here. It would be great if you could click join, but if you can't, it happens. But you should see join on your screen. And that's what's happening. Any luck, Mahendra? All right. Good to see you. Could you unmute yourself, please? So if you were unable to get into a room, it's completely fine. You'll just have a conversation in this room, okay?
Okay.
So
my room is room number 10, 20, no? Arman?
Yeah.
How to go room number 20? How to go? How to join? I want.
Well, I've assigned you to it, and you would click join.
Okay.
But if you can't, you can just speak here. It's not a problem.
Okay.
So tell us, maybe we could start with whoever is with us. I see there's a couple of teachers and students. We'd love to see you if we could. Have you ever had a moment that you were resilient? I don't know who wants to start. I could start, or someone else could.
You start.
Sure. So I'm going to share my resilient moment. And then I'll choose someone else to share. When I was in school, I was probably around 12 years old. I was told that I have trouble learning the way other people learn. I have a little bit, I could mix letters, like dyslexia a bit, and I just am very energetic. So when I was around 12, I was told, you should probably go to another school where, the teachers can help you more. So that's what I did for about 2 years. And it was a resilient moment because I had to basically be taken away from where I usually was learning and from all the students who I knew. And I felt kind of different. And for me, resilient means something kind of bad happens and you have to deal with it. So that's how I ended up dealing with it, is I, had other teachers who were helpful, and it helped me basically get stronger through the experience, although it felt kind of alone, to be taken away from a place that you like. So that's my resilient story. How about anyone else here? I see that there's Shubham. If anyone wants to share, we want to hear from you.
Yes, sir.
Welcome. Where are you from, Shubham?
Sir, I'm from India.
Wonderful. So tell us about your resilient moment, Shubham.
Okay, sir. Good morning, everyone. My name is Shubham Nagar and I am from India. Today, I'll tell you about when I am resilient. One time, when there's nothing left to do but to fight with everyone, with everything, you have to get and back up. These are word for it is resilient. Find that word came down to such a simple task. Not much involved, but in the moment that matter most, it's everything. You and a mirror. Look into your own eye and realizing there nowhere else to go but to up and being
There are
ready
times
for.
when you were resilient.
It's a simple test on the same decision. You will need to make every day get up. It's what brings people back. When injury make it look to everyone else that is lost, but it's not. Thank you.
Got it. So something happened that was an injury, but it made you stronger. Is that what you said?
No, sir.
Okay. Nice.
Okay,
Mahmoud, would you like to share? Thank you, Shubham.
yes, sir.
Thank you, Shubham. Maybe Mahmoud, do you want to share?
Welcome, sir.
Yeah. I think you have to unmute, Mahmoud. Mahmoud, unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank
Go
you.
ahead. I'm going to join a room, but go ahead.
I am Mahmoud. I am an English teacher from a government high school, Bangladesh. Good wishes to all. I am really happy to meet the teachers and students in this group. I am really happy. And my resilience actually very simple. Before joining in the USA TE program, Teaching Excellence Achievement Program, I had to take the permission from the government authority, but it was only one day left, but I did not get my permission. So I was very much frustrated. Then with the permission of my head teacher, I went to my head office. Then with the help of an officer, somehow I could manage just one day before my flight. And actually, before that, I tried over phone with some other known persons in the office, but I was failing. I was frustrated that I would not be able to go to the USA because without the government order, it is called GO. As a government employee, I cannot go for abroad. And at last I got the permission, and I understood that I should take some process uh, to get permission. So it made me confident that somehow I can manage my permission from the my high authority. At last, I was happy because I could go to the USA for this training in the University of Nevada, Reno, USA. Thank you. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Our Arman is not here. There are some other teachers or students. Yes, Shubham has already told his space now. Oh, teacher Stella is with us. Would like to speak now? Student of Sreshta Tripathi. Would you like to say? Yeah. Hello. Teacher Stella, would you like to Vietnam? Would you like to
Sir, no one is
speak?
there.
Teacher Stella is here?
No, sir.
Oh, see, but it shows, but his or her microphone is off, I see. Oh, yes. Gracia is here, yes. Hello. Gracia, would you like to say something? Licia de Gracia. Hello. Elisa de Gracia. Can you hear us? Hi. Hello, Gracia. Can you hear us?
Hi.
Hi. Just introduce you, please, and say an experience of resilience, please. Shubham?
Yes, sir.
Gracia is here with us, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Gracia, we can't hear you. Please unmute your microphone. Gracia, please unmute your microphone.
Yeah.
Yes. Please, would you kindly speak about some resilience you faced in your life?
Sorry. Good. Can you repeat, please?
See, hello. Oh, see. Would you kindly share your experience of resilience that you faced in your life? That some critical moment you faced, but overcame that.
Yeah. So, one experience that made me feel like a lot of stress, right?
Yes.
Yes. Well, there was when I was in work. Right now, I am in college, but when I was like entering, like finishing my high school, there was one day in
Yes.
which I had like a final test. Yeah, but I
Right.
didn't know that I have that final test. And when I arrived to the school, I noticed that because the day after the week in which the professor told to my group that we had that test, I didn't go to school because I was sick. Then when I arrived and I faced that test, it was like a big moment of stress for me because I knew a little bit about the topic, but I didn't study. But I don't know what happened, but I got.
Yes, go on, go on. Oh, yeah. Where are you from? Your country, please. Gracia.
I am from Panama.
Panama. Yeah, right. Oh, right. Then, how did you overcome? How did you appear in the test? Or
Like how was the test that I got? Well, the points here are from 1 to 5. 5 is the good grade and 1 is the bad one. I got 4.
Oh, fine, fine. Congratulations. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Then another student we find here, student Abhishek Chaudhary, I see. Abhishek Chaudhary, would you like to share your experience of resilience, please? Student Abhishek Chaudhary. Gracia. Oh. Archana Malhotra. Am I right? Sorry, your name pronunciation. Archana Malhotra. Would you kindly share?
Yes, sir. I'm Archana Malhotra.
Yes. Malhotra. Archana. Yeah.
I'm a teacher from
Your
Ramadia. I'm a teacher from
teacher.
Ramadia School,
Yeah.
Dadri, sir.
Oh. Where are you from, please, ma'am?
Ramage School, Dadri. Taruna Kapoor ma'am's teacher from
Country?
India.
India, right. Yeah.
Wonderful. You
To
are
Tripodi, would you like to say something, please?
yeah.
Arman, please. Yeah.
I see Eliser. He may want to share. We see he had a nice haircut. How you doing, Eliser?
Hi.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? Tell us about a resilient moment you had.
Okay, well, I am from Panama. I'm a student of Professor Juliana Vasquez. And then I was saying to the teacher Mahmoud that when I was in high school, I had a test, but I didn't know it was my final test in one subject. But I didn't know that I had that test because the week before I didn't go to school because I was sick. Then I faced that test without practicing and like with I knew a little bit about that test, but I didn't study. But then I did it. I did that test. Magically, I got a good grade. Not the best grade, but it was okay because I didn't study. And there was like a big. I was in shock when my classmates and my professor told me that today is your final test. I was like,
You were lucky though.
yeah.
To be smart. Right?
And he got 4 out of 5 in spite of.
Oh, really?
He did not study much, but right.
That's really good. Yeah, some people have to study more than others. No, but we should all study, but it's hard because we get distracted. All right. I want to know why I can't get you two out of the 80 people who are here into a breakout room. Do you not see something that says breakout room on your... Do you see breakout room somewhere on your screen there or no? Mahmoud?
Please, I can't. Please again, Arman.
Do you see breakout room somewhere as an option for you on your phone?
Oh, actually, I was sharing the link with my students, so I was out of the group. Maybe I had to join newly.
That's okay.
Yeah. So maybe the problem. Okay. Actually, I got the link just a few minutes ago from 3Y, and the student wanted the link, so I saw that I was out of the link, joining.
Don't worry
I
about
joined again. Yeah.
Maybe you can tell a little bit, Mahmoud and Elisir, what is it like? What is your life like now in Bangladesh? Or what is your life like in Panama? You know, with the new world that we live in, you can talk a little bit about it, okay? And how you are still staying strong in a difficult global situation. I hope Elisir is still there. Are you with us, Elisir? Elisir?
Yes, I am.
Good.
I'm just having like some little problems with the connection, but I'm here.
Don't worry about it. It's part of the process. You have to be resilient. So just share a little bit about your country and what your life is like there, okay?
Okay. Sure. Thank you. Gracia, you can share how you are passing your days in this pandemic, or your studies, in which level you are now studying, and yes, about your teachers, who is your best teacher or favorite teacher. You can say something. Yeah.
Okay. Well, here in Panama, we have like obligatory quarantine We all of the students in the country we have to have virtual classes. We cannot go to school. Also, the government of Panama said that on weekend we cannot go out of our house. At night,
Yes, go on, go on. Gracia, we can't hear you. Maybe internet problem, I see. Yes, yeah, we can't hear you. Sorry. Shubham, would you like to share something? How you are? How do you cope with the pandemic situation in India? Shubham,
No,
we are
sir.
talking about the country. Yeah. Gracia, can we speak now? Anyone? Shubham or
sorry, I lost my connection.
yeah, right. We found that. Yeah. Go on. Yes. Then there is no school class.
Well,
Hello.
as I was saying, it was like a little bit.
Gracia,
Yeah. It was like now I'm facing like a school, my college. We have to study 4 years in college. I'm in my 3rd year. I'm finishing. My English it's like my English. You recall it? My English career 4 years. That the next year is my last one.
Oh, I see.
I'm facing. I'm working while I am studying in order to help my parents with the payment of my college because COVID-19 has been has made the very difficult the life of some of us because here the opportunities to work like got low because of that. It's a little bit difficult here to study while you are working because when the schedule of your work does in the normal schedule of your work does not allow you to work to study because as an example you start to work at 7 and you're at 7 a.m. then you finish to work like at 8 p.m. and then my college schedule is from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. So now that we are facing virtual classes, it's a little bit easier to me to receive my classes.
Sorry. Again disconnected. We can't hear now.
I receive my classes and make my homework. Took from that pandemic. I'm also to some problems because of that pandemic.
So thank you, Gracia. So it is 4 years that it is called honors course English. 4 years course study college. It is honors. It is called honors.
Sorry?
This 4 years college education, the certificate
No.
for
No, the first, well, this year is the first virtual year that I am facing. Before COVID, it was like face-to-face class. We had to go to the college in order to receive our classes. Now it is virtual, but before it wasn't.
Thank you. Another one, yeah, yes. I would like to know your course, that 4 years course study. What's the name of the degree? Undergraduate degree?
Oh yeah,
Is it
it's like
undergraduate?
my English degree. I'm studying English, like to be a professor.
Oh, in a
To
college
be an
or
English,
school or
is the
professor?
University of Panama.
Oh, fine. Most welcome. Your ambition is to become a teacher, university teacher, yeah?
Yeah, I
Good.
want to be a teacher.
Oh, nice. Thank you very much. So you live with your parents? Oh, so many teachers. Yeah. Student Elena, would you like to share? Russia, Elena?
In our group, Analia will be sharing.
Oh, I see. We joined later, actually. Anyone to share? Is there anyone who has left to share the ideas? Nadia, teacher.
Hello, Mr. Muhammad.
Yes.
How are you? I'm Miss Mona.
Fine.
Miss Mona teacher.
Oh, yes. Mona, you are teacher?
What?
Hello. Are you a teacher?
Yes, yes.
Oh, thank you. Good evening from Bangladesh. You are from?
Egypt.
Oh, Egypt. Oh, fine. Egypt. Yeah.
I think you know me, but because my camera it's have a problem, so I couldn't speak and open my camera. It's just bad connections. I will fix it.
All right. Okay. Actually, I joined late in the group. So who is going to represent this room?
You know, we are coming to the main group. So I'm room number 1, you are another room, and each group will have one own person to present. So we are from different rooms here.
Oh, we are from different rooms here. Oh, fine.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm waiting for Armen to come back. I'm waiting for everyone to come back.
Okay.
Aniva, how are
we
you?
are not.
Yes. How are you,
I'm
Aniva?
fine. I don't know. I'm fine.
I'm speaking about
And
student from India.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
Fine. So what about our topics? Resident.
And now everyone's coming back together.
Yes.
So we'll have everyone come back and share. Wonderful. Oh, I like that. Teacher Nadia, you wrote down that the person who will present for your room. If everyone could do that, that's so much easier. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. just take a moment. Teachers, write your name of the student who will represent your room. And we'll just go room by room. I hope you had a wonderful conversation. Some groups had a lot of teachers. Some groups had very few teachers.
Some group no teachers.
Some no, but that's
Hello
part of my
back.
test.
Hello, welcome back.
That's our test on your resilience, right?
Hello, hello.
That's our test on your ability to be resilient. So go for first. Nadia, go ahead for room 1. Who's going to present?
So welcome. So hello everyone in main room, and we are happy to present room number 1. So we had a very nice talk today. We had 3 teachers in the room: Faisal from Pakistan, Priscilla from Brazil, and we had 3 students. Anavia from India, who will present our room, Alena from Russia, and Lynn from Vietnam. And we had quite a nice conversation about the moments of resilience when each girl developed new personal qualities to overcome difficulties. And besides, we even tried to think about the future, how these new qualities will help them in their careers, in their ambitions. And it is wonderful. I hope that Anavia will talk about her ambition. Don't forget to remind us of your ambition. So please speak up, Anavia. Anavia, unmute yourself and speak up, please.
Yes, ma'am. I have to tell about the topic.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, tell your story. Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Today, I'm going to present about the time I was silent. I'm only 10 years old, but I've also experienced it. It happened 3 years ago when I was only 7 years old. I was coming home when my car was hijacked. 4 robbers hijacked my car on gunpoint. They broke the car's window, and my younger brother was only 3.5 years old. My mom's bro, a driver, and me were very frightened. They tied our hands and legs and left us in a bamboo farm. They tied my hands loosely, so I managed to free my hands. Then I freed my mom's hand. Then we called the police. The police left us home safely. We managed to escape, but we were frightened for 2 to 3 years. We were frightened from every guard. But then there was a competition. I participated in the competition and a miracle happened. I got first prize and even 2 aunties gave me money as a reward. Then after I participated in dancing, singing, acting, and now I'm confident and I have 11 medals. And I want to tell you something that no matter how old you are, self-confidence and belief is really important. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, dear.
Thank you so much, Anya.
Good luck to you.
And Baya. It's not easy, but we get stronger through difficult situations. Room 2, please go ahead. Room 2.
Shall I start?
Yeah, go for it.
So we were 2 teachers and 3 wonderful students in our group, and we decided to nominate the only girl, Mariel from Philippines, to speak about the topic today. Please, Mariel from Philippines. Are you
Good
here?
evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Yes po. Did you hear me po?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. In our room, for the breakout rooms, we shared a lot of experiences about being resilient. My experience when I was grade 6, this will be the most memorable for me. So a lot of people will bring you down. And when I was grade 6, a lot of students are more clever, more intelligent, and more hardworking than me. So when I was grade 6, during our studies, I was like not focused or not not paying attention on my classes. During the first grading to second grading, my grades are quite low, so I was not able to fulfill, or I was not able to qualify my grade as to top three. So my life, or my experience, my life was devastated that time. So a lot of people are saying, why am I not on the top three? Why am I not have a good performance on my studies? So that that questions and statements that gave or saying to me from the other people was quite hard to understand, and quite hard, and I have a hard time to to cope up with that problem. So in the third grading to fourth grading, uh, I was motivated because there is a quote that until now that stick up, or that a life lesson to me. So there is a lesson that there is a romance in life. So do not give up on asking on why we live, on what we live for. The moment we give up on that, the romance in life ends. So that was my life lesson that until now I want to share to everybody and to my friends that are on having a hard time on their problems on on their life. So in the third to fourth grading, I was motivated to study harder. I joined on many extracurricular activities. I joined volleyball. I joined contests. I passed all my examinations. I study harder to prove that they are wrong. That I can do I can do my lessons, I can do better. So in the fourth grading, that was the last part or the last quarter. So I need to motivate myself. I need to study harder to have a good grades, to have a better grades. And in the announcement of honors after the exams in their fourth quarter, I was quite nervous because I think I can't make on the top five. I think that time I would be on the top six. So the top 10 will be announced by our advisors. So the top 10, the top nine, top eight, top seven, and top six. And top six, I was not yet mentioned by our teacher. So I have a high hopes that I would be on the top four because a lot of students are more intelligent, are more clever than me. So in the top five, in the top four, on the top three, I was not yet mentioned by our teacher. So I was too quite nervous also because that was the most unexpected and the most happiest moment in my life. So the top three was my friend, that was Sandra. So I was announced as top two in our class, and the top one is the most intelligent in our class. So in our grade, when I go home, I said to my mom that I was the top two. She was so happy. My father was so happy that I made it, even though there are struggles in my life that I have to face. I want myself to focus on my studies. So
Mhm.
that was the time I was so resilient. So
Thanks, Mariel. That's
this
great.
is for me.
Thank you so
So
much
that
for sharing.
thank you po. I thought it was long, but
No,
that's
you
it
did
po.
great.
Thank you
You
po.
did great. Thank you, and keep it
Thank
up.
you po.
Okay, beautiful. Room 3, go ahead.
Room 3, actually, the first thing I should mention, it was a good conversation between three learners and two teachers. We have a wonderful teacher from Nepal. She is resilient and she made master, but I'm sorry, I can't remember her name because I became too old. I am suffering from Alzheimer, I think. So we have Tayo from Vietnam, Saras from Nepal, Soyam from Nepal. So our presenter is Saras. Go ahead, please, and say your teacher name in loud voice, please, Saras.
So I had a great time with Mr. Magdi, was our teacher.
Thank you. But please tell us the name of your teacher.
I can't remember it, sir. She was from Vietnam, if I am not mistaken.
I am sorry.
She was from Vietnam. I'm not sure about it.
Okay.
Okay, so should I start?
Okay, start, please.
So for my story, I will have to take you all back to about 2 years ago, when that incident occurred. Me and one of my friends were selected to represent our school in inter-school math competition. Our school had a high reputation in that competition. We were known to bring trophies every year. The first position, to be precise, we were known for it. So we were the favorites of that tournament. Everyone was fairly confident that we would bring trophy, we would retain that trophy. So we went that competition day, and in that first round it was return round and we got the highest score, and in the second round it was knockout round and we outscored our opponents by about 200 points. But what actually happened was, in the next round, the thing we hadn't none of the none not a single person in that school had expected that we were knocked out from that competition. I was devastated. Everyone was in the whole school. My partner was literally crying. Our hope was all burning. All odds were in our favor, but we couldn't catch up that odd. Everyone was in shock. So I had no voice for it, and that incident was stuck in my head for few days, about a week ago, and then I thought that it wouldn't work like this. I have to do something different. So I built self-confidence. I tried to be resilient, and I worked on it. So I kept practicing more and more. And what actually happened was I went to win the biggest tournament of our level, so which had a higher reputation than the first one. Yeah, that's my story. This is where I learned to be resilient.
Thank you, Shirish.
Thank you.
Keep up the sports. It's great. Room 4. No. Room 5.
Room.
Hello. Hello.
Room 4. Yes.
Yeah, teacher Xin Xin. Go.
Go ahead.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay. Yes. And room 4, we have 3 teachers, and teacher Johnny, and then teacher Julinia from Panama, and we have got wonderful students. Samra from Nepal, Ellen from Brunei, Sijil from Poland, and Hannah from Iraq. We had a wonderful session. And we chose Ellen from Brunei to present the idea. So Ellen, I think you're ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so the floor is yours.
Hi guys, my name is Aline, and then I'm 18 this year, and I want to share about the time I was resident. So basically, when I moved to upper secondary, it was like a big gap for us to go from lower secondary to higher secondary because we have different syllabus, and then like every teacher like said that there'll be we will face a lot of problems. So I didn't think it was that bad until I had my first exam for additional maths, and then like I passed it, but like I kind of screwed the paper as well. And then I was like, oh my gosh. Like during the exam, I was like so frustrated. And like I really wanted to like give up A maths like at a point, because it was like I don't know what to do many things, and then like I feel so lost. And but that didn't hold me down. I actually continued to after the exam, I was like depressed for like a few days, and then like eventually I started to do many revisions on A-maths and like as well as other subjects. I try to balance everything because I don't have any after school tuition, which is like some extra thing students would want to go. And then like everyone in my class had after school tuitions except for me. So like I actually have more, I think I have like more stress than them. Like I have to maintain my time, and if I don't use my time well, I might actually like my grades will drop like significantly. So as I'm preparing for like the exams after, I actually start to adapt a new lifestyle, like make it into a habit where like I make my own study schedule, and then I basically plan my day well, and then I've been following that for the past 3 years, and then it's a very effective thing because during the last exam for my upper secondary, which is in year 11, after 2 years, we actually have a big exam. We call it O levels, the Cambridge exam, and then during that exam, I actually didn't feel any stress. Like unlike my friends, some of my friends only slept like 4 hours, but like my lifestyle wasn't affected by that big exam. I still sleep like 7 to 8 hours a day. I don't have to stay up late to study because I was actually already prepared. Like these 3 years, I've been preparing myself for this last exam, and then I really like this whole lifestyle. People like they might think I'm a nerd but it's just that I did not have any tuition, so I have to make time to study and to do my homework. And like most of my homework is done in school, in class. Whenever I have time, I will try to finish all my homework by the day. And then I think this resilient you don't have the resilient like overnight. I think that resilience has to be built up bit by bit until like you make it into a habit, and then one day, then when you can cope with any problems you face, then I call that resilient. And yeah, I actually only have like my 17 years of my life is only studying, and like for any topics we can talk about studying because yeah, I have nothing else to talk about.
Thank you, Aline. We appreciate it. Keep studying, and you have to be resilient in anything you do. Doesn't matter the activity, it's your power in yourself. So very good. Room 5.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear?
Go ahead.
Okay. So in room 5, we had 3 teachers and 3 amazing students. Alex from Belarus, Ahmed from Iraq, and Ines from Panama. So I think that Alex was a volunteer to speak here. Alex, are you here?
I almost every time resilient. It's due to the fact that I understand that nothing has done in vain. You should learn from mistakes to achieve something. The most memorable story that was in childhood. I have older brother and he played football great, and I always wanted to look like he, but nothing didn't work. So I wasn't discouraged and went outside every time and training. So now I think I'm better than my brother, and I take part in different tournaments with my friends in my city.
Okay, thank you.
That's all. Yes.
Thank you, Alex. Room 6, please.
All right. Okay. Good afternoon.
Okay.
Okay, Teacher Mahendra, please call our representative. Thank you.
Okay, our representative is what's her name? I forgot. How to pronounce her names? Busro? Busro? Busra, yeah. Busra from Brunei. Please.
Hi everyone, I'm Bushra Tajuddin. I'm 15 years old this year. Today I'm gonna share about my resilient phase, one of my resilient aspects. I face a lot in life, and I'm gonna share only one of them. So it happens when I'm very little. At that time, it happens in my grandfather's house where we live, and it's a very big house. We have our own apartment inside, and at that time, it happens between me and my step aunt, in which where she started the arson while trying to do an experiment, and the arson was blamed. It turned out otherwise, and it was blamed on me because all the circumstances pointed at me. It was started in our apartment, and everything pointed at me. Everyone blamed me for this arson. Even those some people who I can't even think that they will believe that I did it. They even say that, "Did you really do it?" or asking a weird question. At that time, it was a very tough situation for me. I could not even focus on my study. I really want to lose my mind at that time, but I tried to be positive. I realized that this is the time I try to be positive. This has to happen to me, and it happens to me. I have learned from it. At that time, I make up my mind that in order for me to live in this world, in this life, I need to have my power. Because if I have my power, I will speak out about that this is not my belief. Because in our household, my aunt's mother was very powerful in a place. So she was able to protect her daughter in a way, like, yeah. But for me, I was a powerless human being, and my mother don't interfere in that kind of case, not to create another circumstances and so on. And because of no power, everyone blamed me. So from that moment, I make up my mind that in order for me to live in this world peacefully, I need power. And I realized that not everyone needs power in this world. It depends. Some people, they don't need power, not because they don't deserve, everyone deserves it, but because they don't know how to use it. So my point is that I need power because I already know how to use it. I already taste how powerless can be and how disadvantaged it can be. So I can say that I know how to use power in some way. So I kept thinking of the way that I can learn from this mistake from this telling, and I learned a lot through it. That sometimes people can blame you on something you don't do, even though you don't know about it. It happens in life. And when it happens, you can't hold revenge on everyone. Like just my aunt step out, I can't hold revenge on her. I just have to let it go. It happens in life. So I hope everyone could able to feel true resilience in life and could able to learn a lot from resilience and could able to grow a knowledge from it. Thanks everyone. Thanks.
Thank you, Bushra. We do need to learn how to let go of some things. It makes us stronger. I agree. Room 6. Thank you for your wonderful sharing. Room 6. The teacher could go.
I think that was room 6, and now it's time for room 7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was room 6.
Okay, right. So room 6, the lucky number. We shared co-hosting with a new Panamanian teacher, Amilcar. That was my pleasure to co-host the room with you. We've heard numerous resilience examples from our young speakers. And as for their young age, I must say that I'm impressed with the examples provided by them. Our brilliant speaker is going to be Dalia. Dalia, the floor is yours.
Okay, hello everyone. Today I will talk about my resilience, but first I will explain you how it started. It was in 16 years ago when my father passed away. Then I had always told him that I wanted him to feel proud of me. So the way that I saw that he will be proud of me was if I did everything perfect. Then I used it to be perfect almost always. I mean, being in high school, I always have the best grades, even in the classroom or even in the whole school. I used it to have the best grades, to be perfect. I dedicate more much time to simple stuff, and it was not necessary for me. Everything has to be perfect. Until one day, and it was when I entered to the university, that I failed for first time. And it was when a professor told me that I had choose the career that was not the best for me, because was the first time that someone told me that I didn't have the necessary skill to study a career. And it was when I entered to the English career in the University of Panama. The professor told me that I needed to improve my skill and mostly my linguistic intelligence, because I needed like reading, more listening, and those kind of skills. Then it was when my reaction was totally rejection, because I was not agreed. I used it to be perfect. I thought that the professor was wrong and I was right, but it was not the case. I had to ask some teachers, some peers, and other people about if the problem was mine or was the teacher, and they told me the problem is yours. And then is when I became resilience. Resilience is such a key for being successful. And it was my time to enhance my skill to learn a new language. I don't need it to be the smartest one. I don't need it to be the hardest working. And I don't need it to have the high IQ. I just needed to improve my skill in an area that I didn't have it. Then I know that was the first time that I asked myself, have you ever failed? And it was when I learned to be resilient. I failed. And then it was when I learned that I was a step closer to be successful, because failure is essential to mastering our resilience. And we need to continue trying, continue improving, because we not all the time have the reason. Sometimes other people or other perspective for someone else could be good to accept, because we are not perfect. We need to continue trying. We need to continue enhancing skills. And it is the way in which we use our resilience.
You are definitely right,
We are,
Juliana. Keep going, Dalia. Yes.
okay. Okay, thank you. This was my my story about resilience. And now I'm not perfect, but I'm continue trying and continue using my resilience. I want to learn more English, more about languages, and it is just the first language that I'm learning. I will continue with another language. Thank you.
Good for you. Keep going, girl.
Thank you.
Study, you're doing great. Rooms, what number is it? Anyone?
8.
Room 8.
All right. Too many numbers.
You're not very good at math.
Amanya, go.
Hello,
Tamania,
everyone.
good.
Hello, everyone. So in room 8, we were 2 teachers, teacher Winnie from Taiwan, and 4 students.
Hi.
Naomi from Panama, Varsha from Nepal, Zin from Myanmar, and Mary from Armenia. Mary is going to represent us. Mary, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. That was a time that I had conflicts with my friends and classmates. We have many language fights. We were speaking about everything, and I had other approach to any questions. That was our cause of fight. I disappointed with them and were in depression because they didn't want to listen and understand me and my opinion about everything. But I have many friends from our yard and our school, and they spoke with me, understand me, and helped me. Thanks to them, I cope with it, and I think that conflicts changed me as a person, and I understand who are my real friends. Thanks to that conflicts, I understand that people must believe and trust not everyone. And I am happy for that because it really helped me to think about my each step in my life. I am very grateful for my friends who were with me and helped me and understand me. I love them very much, and I shall be with them forever and help them too when they want. This was my story.
Thank you, Mary. Wonderful. We know that we are not alone. There are always some family members or friends who will support us as well. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
That's right. Yeah, I want to Now, say that it's my. Sorry, I just want to say something about the break room I had with the teacher Neil. Your voice is so calm. I learned so much from the discussion. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you too.
Okay, now
Armin is sleepy today. Room 9, guys.
Room 9, yes. So now it's our turn. I had the opportunity to share with so wonderful teachers like Teacher Lee, Teacher Nirmala, and Teacher Mariana. We got also 3 fantastic students, Abdul, Narek, and Nicole. Then now our presentation comes with Abdul. Go ahead.
Okay, hello. Hello, is my voice clear? The internet connection.
You're great. You're great, Abdul. Go ahead.
Okay, good. So I will give a general idea, a summary actually, for what we discussed. Life is all about lessons, and everyone has their problem. Everyone has their time where they were resilient. So life is all about lessons and what you learn from it. You have all sorts of problems that you face, from the death of a loved one to bullying to a financial problem, depression, and the list goes on. And we face these problems for a reason, for a good cause, and which is to learn, to become stronger, to develop our minds, our ideas. And life is full of this stuff which we will face if we want it. As much as we try, we will always face these problems, and we have to get along with them. So I have a saying that I always like, which is, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I try to remember the saying whenever I face a problem. Yes.
Good for you.
Great, Abdul. Great. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you too.
It's also a very good song. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Okay, room 10.
It's actually a song.
Yeah, there's a song. Check it out online. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Dun, dun. Go ahead, room 10.
I will.
Great. Next, room 10, please. No, no room 10. Going once, going twice. Okay, room 11.
Hello, good evening once again, everyone. I am privileged to be with teacher Julia. from Belarus, but unfortunately she has to attend her class. So we were with 5 students, one from Korea, Bangladesh, two from Vietnam, and one from Philippines. So in our group, Hashan will share.
Hello, I'm Hassan from Korea. Today I'm going to talk about the pressure and frustration that many students would have. I like to do my hobby rather than studying. However, the eyes and pressure around me sometimes gave me a hard time. I was a rebellious child in the recognition of adults who thought I should be a suitable person for the industrial age. Under the pressure of school and family, I lost confidence and had to live with depression. I didn't think that only studying could express and be highly regarded. I wanted to be recognized by others for my own characteristic, not studying. So I found something that I'm good at. I usually like to give my opinions and help people. So I used my social skills and leadership to do various leadership activities at school. I have done more than 40 hours of volunteer work for a year and have been recognized by teachers for many activities as a leader. I made a good image with my characteristic of oppression and bad eyes around me. Rather, I think this difficulty learned a great lesson from discovering my leadership. Instead of being gloomy, I realized that I should discover my new strengths and develop myself. I think it changed me. Many friends are having a hard time with their grades and self-esteem, so I hope they can get a lot of help throughout my case. Thank you.
Thank you, that's wonderful.
Very powerful. Thank you. Room 12. Going once, going twice. Go ahead.
Okay, room 12, we were 6, we were 8 persons, 2 teachers. Mr. Bryant from Philippines, I guess, Vietnam, and me, and 6 amazing students. They shared amazing and different stories. They were from different parts of the world. Muhammad Yasser volunteered to speak for room 12. Muhammad is from Iraq. Go ahead, Muhammad. Muhammad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. A time when I was resilient. Of course, we all go through tough times in life, but we all know that it will get better soon. Now we're all in a pandemic and the world's in a panic situation. I hope it will get better. So my experience with having to cope a situation with pressure, frustration, or even ultimately failure is when the pandemic started. It wasn't really that tough at first. In our country especially, there wasn't really that much cases, and we thankfully had everything at hand, so we didn't really need to go out much. But when the cases started to rise, of course, our natural reaction was obviously getting scared, not going out whatsoever, well, except for when my parents went to work. So, but just the idea that my friends and family were just at risk, it got to me, and I was feeling really a bit down. I stopped talking to many of my friends, and I spent most of my time just sleeping, and it really affected my studying. My grades were starting to get low, and so I guess you can say that I overcame the sadness of quarantine with more sadness, and it really changed me as a person. I grew a cold personality, which was very different to who I was. And the thing is, going back to who I was wasn't really that easy. I was that person who everyone would just look up to, although I wouldn't say that I was perfect, nor was I even the best. Definitely didn't reach many people's expectations, but nevertheless, it was a situation where I wasn't really prepared to meet. I thought it wouldn't change me as a person, but the fact is it did, and I wouldn't really blame it all on quarantine. It definitely had to do with some complications I had going on with my life. One of them is the fact that I couldn't really see my uncle nor my aunt who were living in another country. I was used to seeing them twice every year, but they couldn't really come see us. And the fact that my uncle was a doctor, so he was at risk, it was just an overall stressful situation. And as to what I learned, I have learned that not everything can be overcome with sadness. I learned the importance of friends after more than 4 months of isolation. And I learned that the time that I spent on thinking why this has came to be, I could have just spent on thinking how I can overcome it and improve on myself. And in short, it's never too late to learn. After all, right decisions only come with experience, and that only comes with wrong decisions. And it's not being in the wrong we should be ashamed of. It's actually the ignorance of being in the wrong and not trying to improve on ourselves.
Thank you, Muhammad.
Thank you.
Incredible. Very deep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next room is
13.
13. Ding, 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 ding. Room 13. Go ahead. Going once, going twice. No one bought 13. Room 14.
Okay. Oh, hi, Aman. I represent room 14, and I was briefly joined by teachers from India and Brazil. So Taruna could manage her time to get in for a short while, and so from Brazil. And we had some amazing speakers from different countries. There were Angelo from Philippines, Sandra from Poland, Min from Korea, and Ezrin from Pakistan. It would be unjust if I don't acknowledge the smartness of these presenters here in today's discussion. So Min shared about attending her school and how she was discouraged by the people around. Ezrin talked about how her vocal teacher rejected her and eventually made a phone call and inviting her to join the class. At the same time, Sandra talked about her disappointment caused by the declaration of the government in closure of the schools. And but today's part, so the group of students, these 4 students, I asked for the nomination from the students themselves instead of being a dictator here in the room. And we got to, I'm very pleased to get a nomination of the first comer for today's event, Angelo from Philippines. So it's really, I feel really pleased to learn that all students do respect the participation of the friends in letting the students have the voice for the first time. Angelo, over to you. Angelo from Philippines.
Hello.
Are you here?
Yes.
Please go ahead, boy.
Mabuhay! I'm Angela Rapada from the Philippines. Good day to all of you. So today we'll be talking about resiliency. So like our teacher have told us about the story of my classmates. And now I will tell you my story that where I become resilient. So now I'm in high school. I'm in my last year in high school and I am part of a group. I'm part of an organization. It is our school publication. So I'm a journalist, I'm a writer. That is something that I'm passionate with. I love to communicate. I love to write, especially about political or any other issues that we have. So that is something that I'm very passionate with. So I'm part of the competing team in our journalism team of our campus. So for many years of competing, I experienced a lot of failures. I'm having a hard time winning those competitions. And how did I cope up about those failures, those pressures? You know, failing many times really frustrates me a lot because I feel like that is something that I love, but I'm doubting on something that I wanted to do. So I was thinking twice if journalism writing is really for me. I'm thinking twice. I'm doubting, and then how did I cope up with it? Actually, because I'm very eager to win, I really wanted to do what I'm doing. I trained very hard. I use every minute, every second of the day just to work hard and to train. I turn nights into day just to prepare for the competitions that I'm about to be in. And this has changed me as a person because it brings out the eagerness in me. It brings the goal. I realize that if you have something that you want to achieve, no matter how many times you fail, no matter how many times you lost, you will continue to aim for that because that is something that you wanted to do. And I think learning about this could be applied to all of us here. We all failed in life. We all failed not just in competitions, but in life we face a lot of challenges. But one thing that I've learned is that those failures does not define us, but it makes us stronger. And those failures, those losses that we've had, it's preparing us to the biggest failure that we ever had, and that is success. So I hope that for all the challenges that we might face, for all the failures that we might face, we don't lose hope. We continue to aim for what we wanted to achieve. We continue to achieve those goals that we have because I fail a lot, but last year before the COVID strikes in the Philippines, I won and I make it to the next level of the competition. So if you have the eagerness and the goal in your heart to achieve, then you will achieve whatever you wanted to. Thank you.
Thank you, Angelo. Wonderful. Back to you, Amin.
Room 14. Armin is
Now-
away, I think.
Room 15. Now it's for room 15. We were presented 14.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I must say that I'm lucky today to share room 15 with Mr. Aman. Yes, and I have three students. Sonia from Belarus, Zira from India, and Anna from Peru. And all of my students have shared their own experiences, presents very well. And we decided to nominate Sonia from Belarus. I know that it is not the first time she has shared in this group. Yes, Sonia, are you
I'm
there?
here. I'm here.
Yeah, come on, please.
So majority of our people in our group were talking about their studies, about their school, about the hard time while school. You think school is that hard time when you just cannot have success until you want to have it, and since the moment you know that you have to have success, it is so easy. Well, not in every situation, but sometimes. I'm not that person. I haven't problems in my life yet, but I hope that it will be some little problems, not a huge one that will lead me to the death. So our problems in our life, it is very important, but it just builds our character. You know, your character depends on the way you are reacting to a problem. If you are just like hiding from it, well, my congratulations, you're a weak person. But if you are standing up, if you are just thinking, how can I just avoid a bad way to conclude this? It is a good way. That's all.
Thank you, Sonia. Last but not least, room 15.
Room
It
16.
was room 15.
So then room 16. And then we're out.
Claudio is not good at math.
Hello, I'm from room 16. I'm from
The
Philippines.
teacher group.
Yeah, room 16. We are actually 5 teachers and we have 6 students coming from India and Holland. So our student speaker who will share his experiences and learning experiences will be coming from India. He is Abhishek. Hi.
Hello, everybody. I'm audible.
Yes,
Hello.
yes.
So, hello, everybody. This is Abhishek, and I'm from India. So today, I will be sharing a situation, a problem that I had. So let's start with it. So it's about 3 to 4 months ago, in maybe the month of November or December, my online exams were going on. And the timing for the exam was 11 a.m. in the morning. They were going on nicely and fairly, but one day at night, one message came on my class group that our Sanskrit exam would be held at 7 a.m. in the morning. But I was not aware about it. So I woke up in the morning as usual, and I was thinking that exam would be at 11 a.m. only. I don't know about that. The exam would be at 7. Then I went to my father's office, and there he told me that he asked me that you are here. So who is doing your exam? Your exam is going on, and you are coming here. So then I was very surprised, and I was getting tension. Then I rush up to my home. I joined the exam. Then it was already 1 hour late, and only half an hour was remaining. But I decided that in this particular time, I will be completing my exam. So then I did my exam. I completed all the exam. But after when the result came, it was so shocking that I got the highest marks in that subject. And it was so surprising for me that all the students gave exam for 1.5 hour, and I gave the exam only in half an hour. So I don't know about that, how the exam had gone, and not that all. So that was the situation. Thank you.
Incredible, Abhishek.
Thank you.
All right. We've got to hear so many wonderful stories, and it's been incredible to spend time with each other. We need to take a quick screenshot, and then we'll learn how to say bye-bye. I thought maybe in Spanish. I don't know. Have we done that one yet? Or Vietnamese. Vietnamese. We choose whichever language. So everyone smile. Screenshot. Incredible work, everyone. 3, 2, 1. Okay. 3, 2. There, I see Norma. I see Magdi. Very good. 1. Very nice. One more. 3, 2, 1. This was so nice. And then maybe, I don't know, how can we say bye-bye in Vietnamese? Can you teach us?
Tạm biệt.
Tạm biệt.
Yes,
So everyone,
in
you can...
Vietnamese we say tạm biệt.
Tạm
Tạm
biệt.
biệt. Tạm biệt.
Okay.
Tạm biệt.
Tạm biệt. Bye-bye.
And see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah,
Good job,
tạm
team.
biệt.
Tạm biệt.
Bye.
Give us your video singing a Maroon 5 song. I put the, hey Faisal, I put the link in there. We need your videos singing.
Ahmed,
Yeah.
before we leave the classroom, may I just ask, do teacher need to sign up every week? Sorry, I
No,
didn't check the message.
no, just one
Huh?
time so we know who's coming. But
Oh, okay. So students sign up for
students sign up
every
every
week.
week because next week we're
Teachers
going to be
sign up.